Well, fast food is officially dead. What we are seeing right now is restaurants are starting to shift and adapt to the new way of consumerism. What we are doing right now is interesting, to say the least, and I'll explain more on this in a moment. But this is going to impact millions of workers, millions of people. We are already seeing some major fast food chains are closing down. Look at this right here. It says the largest fast food chain in the US is closing stores at an alarming rate. That was months ago. But guess what? These stores are closing down because we are seeing more competition. And you're probably wondering, wait a second. You just said fast food is officially dead. How are we seeing fast food is officially dead, but yet there's more competition? Well, it's because of that shift that I was talking about. And I'll get to that in a moment, but I want to read a few things to you. This right here is Subway. It says, according to QSR, Subway lost a whopping 631 restaurants in 2024. While there are still plenty of Subways going, QSR said there are currently 19,502 in operation. This marks the first time in 20 years that number has dropped below 20,000. Guess what? The reason why some of these restaurants are closing and we're seeing less and less stores is because of something called a ghost kitchen. That is completely changing the entire restaurant industry. But first, let me show you some of these stories. Look at this. It says Papa Murphy's has closed a lot of stores. It says MTY Food Group CEO Eric Lefebvre made it clear that while Papa Murphy's has closed over 100 locations, it's shutting down stores on a strategic basis. Well, why else would you do it? It says, and this is very important, as part of our ongoing efforts to strengthen the brand and position it for long-term success, we made the difficult but strategic decisions on partnerships with our franchisee to close a certain number of underperforming locations over the last year. This allows us to focus our time, resources, and support on markets and stores where we are seeing strongest growth and guest engagement. This is just an open door for these ghost kitchens. Here's another one. Look at this. It says Taco Cabana quietly closes several underperforming locations. You know why they're doing this? It's because there's other companies that are finding ways to produce a similar product for half the cost. Look at this one as well. Jack in the Box is to close 120 locations in 2025. Jack in the Box, a massive fast food chain. Okay, they purchased like Del Taco earlier this year, or before, whatever, $500 some million. They just sold it for like $120 million. Okay, they sold it for pennies on the dollar. A big loss. You know why? Fast food is changing. Now I know a lot of people are going to say, well, I don't eat fast food. I don't go to McDonald's, and I don't go to Taco Bell, and I don't go to Chick-fil-A or KFC. Well, here's the thing. According to experts, there's going to be certain fast food restaurants that you can drive through, okay, grab your order and go. These are going to be the McDonald's, the Taco Bells, and then you're going to have some type of a chicken restaurant, whether it's Popeyes, it could be Chick-fil-A, maybe it's going to be KFC. We don't know. But McDonald's and Taco Bell are going to be there. That's what we're hearing. There's going to be burgers, there's going to be tacos, there's going to be chicken. That's what we're hearing. But here's the crazy thing. Every other restaurant is now in question because of ghost kitchens. Look at this though. I want to read you this. It says Southern California chain Lemonade to close all restaurants in a major transition. It says popular restaurant chain Lemonade closed its last San Francisco Bay Area location as part of a completely new strategy. Now, what's the strategy? Well, it says Lemonade debuted in the Bay Area back in May 2016 with its Metreon restaurant in San Francisco. It quickly expanded, opening locations in the Palo Alto, Walnut Creek, Burlingame, Inner Sunset, and West Portal neighborhoods. It says Lemonade spokesperson confirmed to the outlet that the last location closed last month and that the chain no longer operates any stores in Northern California. Okay. It says, moreover, its plans to close all its remaining 22 restaurants across the Golden State as it transitions into a ghost kitchen that operates out of its sister restaurant, Mimi's Cafe. Now, a ghost kitchen, and again, I'm going to read this to you, so just so you know, if you don't already. It says, during the pandemic, a myriad of businesses failed. At the same time, the crisis helped inspire some new business ideas and enhance existing ones. One concept that gained popularity at the time is Ghost Kitchen. Also, it's called a virtual delivery only or dark kitchen. They are essentially restaurants without the dining space. Remember when Starbucks went to a kind of a ghost kitchen? Yeah. Starbucks was kind of delivery only, but it was pickup only. You can go there and you pick it up. Guess what? I was recently about to order from a restaurant. I thought this was very good. It was a barbecue restaurant. I just wanted to order something really quick, and then I'd go pick it up or whatever. Realized you can't pick it up. It was delivery only. No big deal. Delivery was free. Okay. So I was about to place my order, but before I did, I thought, you know what? I've never heard of this restaurant before. There was a lot of good reviews. It was a barbecue restaurant. I thought, okay, sounds interesting. Didn't know this barbecue restaurant was even available, was there, but it had a lot of reviews. Thought, you know what? How do I not know of this? There's hundreds of reviews. And so I looked to see the address of where that restaurant actually is. When I pulled it up on Apple Maps, it was Denny's. Denny's was the one that was making this big barbecue dish, barbecue feast. Denny's. I didn't place the order. But this is the interesting part. Okay, we're seeing this. This is happening. Look at this one right here. Okay? It says Dickey's Barbecue Pit expands with 28 new ghost kitchens nationwide. That was just from a couple days ago. What's interesting about what's happening right now is restaurants, especially fast food restaurants, are figuring out ways to lower their costs, especially in cities where there's a lot of delivery. People aren't really eating in, like Seattle, for instance. Okay, Chicago, right? New York, San Francisco. This is where it's starting. These are where the ghost kitchens are starting, and it's going to expand because what we are finding out at this time is that these ghost kitchens can produce just as much product, so just as good of food, and sometimes even better, because they do have better equipment. Especially if you look at a big restaurant like a Denny's, you look at an Applebee's, right? Red Robin, something like that. They have, their headquarters comes in, and they will do walkthroughs to ensure that restaurant meets the corporate standard. And if they need new equipment, they will get new equipment. If they need new ingredients, they will get new ingredients. Okay? They need fresher stuff, better things, that's what they're going to get. So now what's happening is all these little, fast food restaurants, some that don't have many locations, but now they're realizing we can't compete with McDonald's. I can't compete with Taco Bell. I just can't compete with Chick-fil-A and Popeyes. I just don't have it in me. What they can do, they can take their menu, pretty much give it to Denny's, give it to Red Robin, give it to all these other restaurants, and that's their kitchen. That's where they're going to deliver out of. Yeah, but guess what this also means? Now you may be going into let's say an Applebee's that is a ghost kitchen for a few other fast food chains, and you may see that the parking lot's empty. Nobody's there. But yet it takes so long to get your food. It's because they're cooking for somebody else. The fast food industry is dead. Okay, if you're not McDonald's, you're not Taco Bell, and you're not one of those chicken places, there's a very good chance you're going to go out of business. Okay, Jack in the Box may be one of those locations. So we're going to see what happens over the next year or so. But as of right now, according to experts, they're saying fast food is no more. These ghost kitchens and delivery and the convenience factor of it, that is what's going to take over the United States. So we'll see if they're right, but let me know. Let me know down in the comment section below. Have you ever ordered from a ghost kitchen and then were pleasantly surprised by not only the cost, but the quality of food? Let me know down in the comment section below, because I'm curious if you have. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.